welcome back, Ģeorgina. If you're like Grant and I, we do love animals, we do, and Grant will tell you that he does. He does. And today we are so very blessed to have with us not only an animal who's a therapy dog, but two people from St. John Ambulance who know very much about therapy dogs. We have Bob Darlington, and we have Veronica, and I know it's one of the Evers-Doyle, correct? Correct, from St. John Ambulance, from the therapy dog program. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's just our pleasure, and I'm trying not to look at that beautiful puppy over there because hasn't been this quiet since he walked through the door, so I don't kind of want to jinx that. But what an adorable, adorable animal who is so much more than just that.
Yes, absolutely.
Gosh.
So we want to know, what exactly is the therapy dog program, and what are your roles in it? So Bob.
Okay, the therapy dog program is really intended to bring animals in to visit people who can't have their own. So we visit in long-term care, retirement homes, hospitals. We do schools for stress relief for high schools during exam time. Universities, because we do York University. We do elementary schools for their community classes and that. We have a reading program that the children can actually read to the dog. We also visit in other places, including the courts for victim witness assistance program. So people who are going before the courts to give their testimony, and often that's a very stressful time. So the dogs actually help calm the people down so that they can give their testimony with confidence and a lot less stress. So it's a fairly robust program, and it keeps growing with everything that comes into, people ask us to do.
So Veronica, what is your role?
So I kind of have two roles. I'm a visiting member, so Drumlin and I visit at hospital. We do mental health, cancer center, and pediatric oncology, which is challenging.
I'm a mess already.
And then I'm also an evaluator for the program. So when we have candidates come in who are hoping to be within the therapy dog program, I'm part of the team that does the evaluations and determines if the dogs are ready or not.
Which is important.
It is important because a lot of people love their dogs, as they should,
Yes.
but may have blinders and not realize that the dogs just aren't suitable or aren't suitable yet, which a lot of cases is what we find. That we evaluate the dogs and we just give them some ideas, things to work on that, and say to them, please come back. Because it's not a case, usually it's not a case of never, unless it's a sign of aggression, which we cannot have that in the therapy dog program. But if it's a dog that is too bouncy, is pulling on leash, it's just not calm enough, then we just ask them to work on those things and come back.
Well, and that's their child. So I mean, you're looking at that through your dog through that lens, and sometimes it's hard to be objective.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, and a therapy dog, I mean, you're right. They would have to have a certain temperament.
Absolutely.
So how would you know that one is absolutely ready to do this job?
So the big thing really is a well-trained, obedient dog. They don't have to have a specific program. So some people will ask us, where do I go to have my dog trained to be a therapy dog? There isn't specific training. We don't require from St. John Ambulance, and we don't offer training. But we're looking at dogs that have good obedience. They will come when called. They will sit. They will lay down. They walk probably on a leash. That they're friendly and willing to greet people, but not going to jump on people. So we're looking for, dogs that just have that certain flair that they want to be with people. Dogs that hide behind their owner aren't potentially good therapy dogs because they're not wanting to visit people. And we want dogs that want to visit people.
That does make sense, yeah.
And that's their role.
How I define it is we're looking for the social butterfly. Because a lot of dogs
I'd be a great therapist.
are very comfortable with their families, but you take them into another environment and they just really don't care.
Right.
Whereas if you get the social butterfly, they want to see everybody in the room, and they will make everybody in the room happy.
Well, and we noticed that when Drumlin first came in, and the tail was taking everything off the table out there by the couch. But I think what we want to get to before we run out of time, if I may, is service versus therapy.
Okay. To define that, really, you have to look at sort of a continuum. And it's a continuum based on their training. So on one end, you have the service dogs. Service dogs are specially trained for an individual. So it could be a seeing eye dog, could be a hearing dog, could be for PTSD, could be something like that. To train those dogs, they start their training when they're a puppy, and it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 years to get them ready.
Wow.
So you're looking at cost-wise, anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 for seeing eye dog.
Wow.
On the other end of the continuum is you've got the family pet, who is basically trained for basic obedience, and that's where the therapy dog fits in that end of the continuum. And in between, it's really how much training do you want to have your dog? Because at the service dog section, the big problem with, or big important thing with the service dog, is that they're not to be petted. You want that dog to concentrate on their job, because if they don't concentrate on their job, it could mean somebody's life. If you think about a seeing eye dog, it's looking when it's escorting its owner, it's looking to see what is in front of them. You don't want the owner tripping and falling. You don't want to lead them out into traffic and that, which is possible. So you don't want to, disturb that dog from its job. Whereas a therapy dog, they're there to be petted. So it's really, and their job is to be petted. So that's why when you see a service dog and has a vest on, do not pet. The whole point is do not disturb that dog from its job, because it is critical for that person.
That really adds a whole new dogs with
Dogs.
Yeah.
True. Now, my question is, how do people get a hold of you to find out a little bit more about this program?
They can go on to the website, which is www.sja.ca. They can put in their the region and area, and they can just ask for more information on the program, and we will get in touch with them, whether it's
Wonderful.
whether they're looking for us to come.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gotta cut you off.
So much more today on Ģeorgina Life. Don't go away.